Austin Price from Volquest.com, covering Tennessee football and recruiting. He joins us every week thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Austin, thank you for the time as always. This is a busy time right now for Tennessee football recruiting. The next few days, next few weeks. What is the main focus right now for you, for fans of guys who are about to make announcements coming up?
Well, you got Braylon Russell coming up Friday night, 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern. That one will be on CBS HQ at Tennessee and Arkansas. Tennessee's kind of been the team that I think he's been leaning to. Now, Arkansas has made a big push here the last couple of weeks, as the hometown team. And, you always knew when he left, even with Tennessee having some momentum when he left his official visit, they've got to survive him being around all the Arkansas people for the next 3.5 weeks and that in-state pressure and all that. And so, right now I think it's, it's still a coin flip in my opinion as we head into this announcement on Friday.
We could have just got him an Airbnb in Knoxville for 3 weeks and kept him away from those Arkansas people. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, well, it's really hard to do.
I guess so. What's up with Mr. Jefferson? Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. Where does Tennessee sit for the in-state talented wide receiver?
Well, Amari Jefferson, is Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia. I mean, he's got them in there, and they're pretty hot on the table at this point. That's all they are. It's Tennessee and Alabama. Another one that's really, really tight. I'm going to visit Tennessee the 28th, going to visit Alabama the 29th, and then make his decision on August 5th. And, young man that I think's kind of been, leaning Alabama. Then the Tennessee visit late kind of, I think, made it really, really tight. So much of this, and I continue to say this, so much of this recruitment just screams Tennessee. Quickest path to the field, opportunities once you're done with football just as an in-state ball. You can talk to several guys, even a guy like Jack Jones who had his career cut short by spinal stenosis. Like Jack Jones is still a name. Like he's just moved back into Middle Tennessee. Selling real estate. Like there's a value in being an in-state kid, and then the baseball part of it, which is still very important to Amari. I mean does anything scream Tennessee more than that? So again, there's certain things that just scream Tennessee, but he really, really liked his time with Nick Saban. The family, I think, was very much starstruck when they got around Coach Saban down there on the OV, and Saban spent a lot of time with them, and he's important to Alabama. So, again, Tennessee, Alabama, that's another coin flip deal heading into that August 5th, and if he takes these two visits, I would venture to tell you that this thing has got a twist or turn, two left in it.
What's the board looking like in terms of defensive lineman, AP?
Well, defensive lineman, you're looking at, Waneri looks like he's headed for Georgia. Cam Franklin, I think, looks like he's headed for Miami, the young man out of North Mississippi. Taking Grandma, who I think is very important in this deal. Grandma loves Rodney Gardner, loves Tennessee. Now, I think Cam leans Miami. He's taking her down there at the end of the month. I think he's wanting Grandma to kind of give her stamp of approval. We'll see if she does. Auburn's also in the mix there. Then you've got Jordan Ross, North Alabama kid, Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, Auburn, LSU, all in the mix there. Tennessee was his last visit before the dead period. When's he going to do something is my question. Like his mom's turned his phone off. He needs a break. I talked to her a couple of nights ago on the phone, and, she just said, I just had to, I feel like he needed to take a mental break from all this. It's been taxing. We've been on the road every week. But then they also say they want to wait till November, December to make a decision. Well, if you're tired of it now, wait till you start playing high school football, and then coaches want you to come on visits in the fall. That's why, are they really going to wait till November, December, or are they going to move a timeline a little bit? I think they're committed this week or next week or even the next month. I think, September, October makes more sense to me if they're going to change their timeline. Danny Okoye, I think Tennessee's in a great spot there. Edge guy out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. feel like Tennessee's right now the trendy pick for him. And then, does Tennessee get back in with Cam Fountain, young man who was, leaning to Tennessee, then took the visit to USC, got starstruck out there on the West Coast and committed to the Trojans. But he's from Atlanta, and the further he gets away from that OV to Southern Cal, does he feel less attached to that commitment? Does Tennessee get back and play there? Do other teams get back and play there? That's kind of where the defensive line board is. And then there's a guy, Nasir Smith at Grayson, who's another person I think that Tennessee started to look at pretty heavily.
Austin Price is with us from Volquest, joins us thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. What is the latest with Kai Bates, the 4-star corner from Orlando, Florida?
That one, Tennessee LSU, and, the family's kind of convened in Alabama. He's originally from Alabama. Dad lives in Alabama. He and the mom live in Orlando. They've met in Alabama to kind of discuss everything, talk it through, Kai's best options. Don't think it's done one way or the other for anybody at this point. Has continued to be pretty transparent that, Tennessee was kind of where he was leaning, but at the same time, like, LSU is still swinging pretty big there, and so both teams want to add a corner, and I do think that he does something in the next couple of weeks privately and then likely comes off the board first week of August or so. So I think he and Amari Jefferson are kind of in that same time frame of commits. I know we set that over-under at 6.5 or at over-under 5.5 a few weeks ago, and I said over, but a few of those guys have moved their deal in that first week of August, so may end up being the under on that deal, but we'll see. You never know. Like, when's Mike Matthews do something? When's Bennett Warren do something? We're right now at 3. Need 3 more to get to that over number. When does Bennett Warren do something? Evan Spillman, Mike Matthews, Braylon Russell. There's still a chance to definitely hit the over, but a few of the kids that I think that, could hit up at Tennessee, we'll see, are going to be pushed to that first week of August. So, that number – it would be interesting to see if we get to the over or not. Still could, though.
Well, obviously, Elijah Rushing didn't get the memo. We're trying to hit the over. He picked Arizona over Tennessee and Oregon. Do you feel like Tennessee's going to continue to recruit him, or do you feel like Arizona has a strong hold on Elijah Rushing, the 5-star?
I think Tennessee will continue to recruit him. All teams will continue to recruit him. Arizona won 3 games a year ago. Ew. They – in the Pac-12, they are another bad season away from coaching change, and then at that point, like, is the kid really sticking around just because somebody threw some NIL money at him? I mean, this one screams a change of heart late if Arizona doesn't have a good year. So if I'm Tennessee, if I'm anybody that was in on him, I would continue to recruit him like he's not committed and see what happens.
Is it worth bringing brother in too?
Yeah, I mean, the brother is at Arizona, and if he wanted to transfer with him, let's say to Tennessee or some other school, he would have to sit out because he did come from Florida, which is where his brother or his dad played as well, George Rushing. So, again, all that's great. The brother playing with the brother, all that. But if Arizona is not very good and they don't show much growth this year, I mean, do you really want to go play there? We'll see. Like I said, maybe all that just wins out in the end. But if I'm Tennessee or any other school and I've been in on that kid, I continue to recruit him.
Is there any update, Austin, with Ryan Wingo and Mike Matthews in terms of the race between the different schools, what they might be considering with their final decision?
I think for Mike, the earth is getting bigger in the window, to quote Apollo 13. I think we're getting closer and closer here. Still feel great about where Tennessee's been at and is currently at. USC, Clemson. When you talk about Mike, everybody's got a different top 2 for Mike, but the only constant in everybody's top 2 is Tennessee. So it's like Southern Cal and Tennessee, Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia, and Tennessee. Well, what's the common denominator there? Tennessee's always there. So, again, I think that, the earth's getting bigger in the window there. And for Ryan Wingo, he's not doing anything until November, December time frame. And he'll take his OV to Tennessee this fall for a game, probably the Georgia game. We'll see. That's when a lot of, Cam Michael and a lot of these other kids are coming in for OVs in the fall. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he's back in here come the end of the month when things open back up.
Volquest.com, where you can read his work. Do we miss anything, any players, any updates that fans should know before we let you go?
I don't think so. Edmund Spillman comes off the board next Friday, and again, that one. I think everybody is silly to dismiss Ohio State just because Nathan is here. I think that's probably one thing that's hurt Tennessee is everybody just assumes. But everything. It's still hard to believe that kid would end up going anywhere else. But if it would be anywhere, it would be Ohio State because they've done a really good job of recruiting him. Again, he comes off the board the 21st.
Player to watch there at linebacker, important prospect in the state of Tennessee, in Edwin Spillman. Austin Price every week joins us thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, making it unique, making it special, making it just for you. They want to be your jeweler there at Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Joining us every week from Volquest.com. Austin, we appreciate the time as always. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.